co-hosted by Korea Health Industry Development Institute and North Chungcheong Province and sponsored by Ministry of Health and Welfare. Good to see you all. Welcome to BioKorea 2020. I am announcer Park Seo-jin, host of Invest Affair. This time is to introduce pharmaceutical bio and healthcare companies' business, comparative competence, and to inform strategy and visions to investors. This time is for Genome and Company. Genome and Company focuses on microbiome and the human body, and they work on developing anti-cancer and diagnosis test kits. Recently, they began co-developing with Merck and Pfizer. So let's have President Bae Ji-soo from Genome and Company. Good to see you.
See you.
Hello. So what kind of a company is Genome and Company? Please begin your presentation.
Good to see you. I'm CEO Bae-ji-soo of Genome Company. I'm here to begin my investors relations presentation. So this company was founded in 2015 and currently enlisted on Konex. Our company value is 279 billion Korean won, and this morning I checked that we're ranked number 1 on Konex, and we're currently preparing for a technology assessment. So this year we're planning to go public on Kosdaq. Let's take a look at our business model. So basically it's focusing on microbiome. We make medical materials based on microbiome. And next one is immune checkpoint inhibitor, short for ICI. So we develop materials and medical materials based on this. Let's move on to our board members. I myself is CEO of this company, and basically I'm a medical doctor, and I studied psychiatry at Seoul National University, and later I studied at Duke University for MBA, and then I worked as a consultant at Bain & Company, so I got trained in biomedical industry as well as business. So while we were running this business, and after 15 years of graduating, Dr. Park Han-soo, who is my alumni, came to me, who was a very mischievous and close friend to mine. And after he graduated from Seoul National University, he studied biochemistry PhD and went to Harvard to gain experience. And this friend came to me and explained about microbiome. He said, microbiome is a thing, and although it's not that famous in Korea, but in Harvard and Boston, this is a very vitalized field and it's rapidly increasing. So bro, why don't we launch a business? What I felt back then was like one decade ago. From that period, South Korea saw a rapid development of stem cell industry. Just like that, probably microbiome will develop like the stem cell industry. So I had discussion with Dr. Park, and we wrote business proposal and met various investors and began this business. And recently, Hanmi Company, there was a very competitive expert named Dr. Park Young-mi. She came to join this company, and Dr. Seo Young-jin and Dr. Yoon Kyung-hwan joined us too. So if you take a look at our board members, those doctor and MBA holders are 2 members, and doctor and those people who studied at Harvard are 2 people. So I would say that our board members are very competitive, so I wouldn't say that our company lags behind of any other company in Korea, so I really would like to boast this. And in 2016, we got 6 billion Korean won investment from Series A, and 15 billion won of Series B investment in 2018, and 30 billion Korean won of Series C investment in 2019, so 50 billion won in total. And as I have mentioned, Merck and Pfizer began co-research and development with us, and we signed an MOU. And about 1 week ago, the US FDA mentioned this IND filing. So what is IND filing? Is administering a material in the human body which was never administered before, and FDA approved this a week ago. So we are about to begin our clinical trials in at 5 hospitals in the United States. I'm not sure how this will turn out because of the coronavirus, but we are aiming to begin this administration in the human body very soon. Let's move on to our pipelines. First of all, it reads microbiome, and next it says cancer immunology. So these two are our keys. And in microbiome, there are medical pharmaceuticals. There's cancer immunotherapy, the code name of which is GN001, which is developing very well, and it is growing rapidly. So it's like our first kid. So based on this microbiome, we developed this cancer immunotherapy. And like I said, we're doing a cool partnership with Merck and Pfizer. And about 2 days ago, we released a news article that we began licensing with LG Chemistry to expand to the Asian market. So globally, there are about 300 microbiome companies, including venture capital investment companies, and we rank in top 5 among those. So we are really developing well. So that is why Merck, Pfizer, and LG Chemistry recognized our existence and having partnership. And we are also using microbiome in fertility treatment too, and for cosmetics as well, in terms of atopic symptoms and acne. And because of this NDA, we cannot release the company name. However, we're currently working on a partnership with a very big global company. And we're also working on functional food as well as antibody treatment. This slide shows our technology platform. So it shows how, based on our platform, we find new pipelines. Since this slide is really complicated, I'll make it simple. One of our strengths is that we are basically medical doctors. Because we're doctors, when we begin developing our drugs, we begin with samples from our actual patients. So we get samples from those patients' intra-organ bacteria from dozens and hundreds of patients, and we extract bacteria from normal people. And for example, if there is a lung cancer patient, we compare the organs of those patients and non-patients, and we see if a patient lacks some kind of bacteria, and while normal people have a lot of intra-organ bacteria, then we assume that some typical kinds of bacteria may help improve the immune system. So we conduct a lot of animal tests or in vitro lab tests to come up with these theories. So this is our platform. So we begin from our patients, and those patients who are not properly getting treated because of no medicine, which is unmet needs. So we try to make the unmet needs is our strength. And besides our previous works, we can on top keep working on other materials as well. So you have unlimited potentials. Yes, to be. So let's move on to microbiome. What is microbiome? So in the human body, well, we think we shower every day and we think we live a clean life. However, there are a lot of microorganisms in our body. If we extract all the microorganisms, then they will weigh 5 kilograms. Then why do they live together with us? If they harm the human body too much, like the coronavirus, and if it kills the human being itself, then the coronavirus will die very soon. So those parasitic organisms, in order to live longer, then they should benefit the human body, like to benefit the host. So among those microorganisms, many of them may benefit the human body. That is our assumption. So based on the microorganisms, we want to develop medicine or drugs. That is the study of this microbiome. And the dots on the graph are the number of research papers, and it begins increasing from 2003, and it suddenly skyrockets. That means this field is now seeing a lot of development. And from 1990 to 2003, there was the Human Genome Project in the United States, and then there was Human Microbiome Project. The United States of American government began investing in this project, and later President Obama of the United States even appeared on television and said that the American government would invest in microbiome. So this field will become a driving engine of the American society. So that helped the investment atmosphere, which eventually helped our company as well. And there are two representative microbiome related reports. And on the left, there is a rat. So it's a very thin and young rat. And if we kill all the microorganisms inside of the rat, then the rat will be thin. And later on, that rat became very fat. So because all the natural microorganisms died and it was replaced by distorted microorganisms, it became fat. And we extracted stool from this fat rat and it fed it to another thin rat. That rat turned fat again. And on the right, we killed all the germs, bacteria on the hand, and we gave bacteria on some people and gave placebo to other group. And then those people with bacteria were more healthier. So we assumed that bacteria is a natural cosmetics material. So what our company is currently doing is based on this microbiome. We work on cosmeceutical. So it's a portmanteau of cosmetics and pharmaceuticals. So this cosmeceuticals is a functional cosmetics material. Next is pharmaceuticals. This is Gen001, which is immuno-oncology material. And also we are working on functional food as well. And next slide, there are 7 companies which are very famous companies who are competitors of our companies working on microbiome. They're fiercely competing over each other, and in terms of the global market, we are competing with them, and in some parts, we're leading. So we are proudly saying that we are a global company. And this is one of our representative tests. If you take a look at the rear of a rat, we injected cancer cells, and the cancer tumor became very large like this, and we fed bacteria Gen001, and the size of the tumor decreased. And this cancer immunotherapy and Gen001 were both administered, and then the tumor almost went extinct. So by increasing and enhancing the immune system, we enable living creatures to fight off stem cells, cancer cells. So based on this technology, we're co-developing this with Merck and Pfizer, as well as conducting partnership with LG Chemistry. Next is cosmetics. This slide also looks very sophisticated, but it's simple. So we extract bacteria from those people suffering from atopic symptoms or acne, and then we compare them with healthy people. And if there are some more bacteria detected on healthy people, then we assume that those bacteria would help the skin conditions. So the bacteria that we currently have are all healthy skin-oriented bacteria, and based on the ample choices, we can develop a lot of cosmetics. Next is antibody drug. Well, when I was a resident doctor at Seoul National University, which was like 2002 or so, which is almost 2 decades ago, back then, when a person got cancer and go through cancer therapy, then they would lose their hair and suffer from diarrhea and suffer from pain. So that period was called chemotherapy period. But nowadays, we massively enhance the immune system and enable the body to fight off cancer. And the most ideal case would be without even going on a sick bed, you just see a doctor, get injection, and go back home and just live your daily lives. So that's a very dramatic change. So the quality of life increased a lot. So you don't have to live in a hospital and live and suffer for the entire of your life. So nowadays, from medical doctors' perspective, this is indeed an innovation. However, the problem is those anti-cancer treatments, such as anti-PD-1, If there are 100 lung cancer patients, only 20 patients show response. So if you're in the 20%, if you're a lung cancer patient and go into these 20%, then you will live a happy life. But if you're the rest 80%, then you will have to go through the chemotherapy, among others. But our assumption is if there is a cancer immunotherapy that works for the 20%, then probably there is another immunotherapy that works for the rest 80%. So we began investigating and developing a drug. So other companies are also doing so, but we are working on to this, and we do have a lot of know-how. And what we are currently dreaming of is, of course, we will eventually begin with one or two drugs, but in a decade or two, if you became a cancer patient and if you go to a hospital, then you'll go through a diagnosis and the doctor will tell you probably drug A will work better for you, probably drug B will do the best for you, or you need to combine drug A and C. So the hospital will become a department store for you. So that is our dream. Our next slide is our competitiveness. So we found out that our drug was as efficient as other conventional drugs or even better. So we do a lot of bench analysis or research. We do have a lot of research, so we're working on it. So far, that was the end of the company introduction. And currently, we are enlisted on Conex and being well traded. And we are about to apply for a technology assessment, and we are planning to move to co-stock enlistment. And this year, we are trying to enhance our pipelines. So we are currently working on preparation on some numerous items. So I wish that a lot of investors would be interested in our company, and we will make our company twofold, fourfold, or tenfold more valuable in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have met Genome Company, microbiome-based research and various science. That was Genome Company. And I think that you have a lot of potentials to develop even further. Thank you for listening.